Alright, so this is going to be a video focusing purely on the last 2 minutes and how to play it as the demon. And there's going to be a lot of clips of just the last 2 minutes as me as Puppeteer and Necromancer because Warlord sucks. So, how to win with Puppeteer and Necromancer, and the very last clip is going to be me playing a Survivor, and I'll talk about how to win as Survivor. So, this is the Necromancer build. I'm just gonna play this, show you guys what builds I'm using for Necromancer and Puppeteer, um, and we'll jump into some games. So this Necromancer build is kinda a little new. I think the res is really valuable, especially on the book, and you'll see why in a sec. And of course this Puppeteer build that we all know and love is the build that I'm going to be using in all these little clips that you're going to see. So, first clip, we're at the end of the Dark Ones. As you can see, I'm perched up here in my favorite spot. I'm going to throw up some portals, maybe just one portal to keep them a little busy, drop Flautist, and you can run down there. And I do that towards the end of before it's about to die, right? Summon Ash, you can see I already had my 2 traps set up. And then just start heavy attacking. They're not going to kill that Flautist, and the value that it brings is just going to be so insane. And then this is pretty much how you, and then you can, as you noticed, and you can also see on the map, Ed left to go get the Flautist. He's going to take a while to get it. By the time this thing is dead, we'll have done so much damage. So let's see how it goes. Summon something, possess something, and kind of pace yourself with the cycling. You don't want to summon too much when there's already a lot around. A good kind of reference to know how well you're doing is just kind of look at the book's health, and if you're about half health when there's 1 minute left, you're kind of tight on time, right? Here it's already obviously almost dead and I'm not even halfway through. So, very simple way to kill the book as Necromancer in this spot. Get the Flautist in a spot that's hard for them to deal with, and then you just pretty much kill the book. Nothing really too hard about that if you have a good Flautist spot. They were also not amazing. Also, their Henry died early, you know, so only so much you can do sometimes as Survivor against a Flautist that's in a position that you can't handle. So there's clip number 1, easy way to win. We'll look at these stats real quick. Simple game, even though they were doing pretty well. Okay, I am Puppeteer here. I already have my 2 traps set up. I'm waiting for them to finish, and then I'm going to summon a basic. This is the new thing, I think. Summon a basic and just start heavy attacking. I used to summon boss, but I think it's better to just summon a basic and just start heavy attacking. It's less of a commitment, and it does more damage. Sometimes if you summon boss, before it blows up, they'll just kill your boss and then kill the dark ones. But if you just start with the basics, like here, look how much damage that did. Almost half health on the book, and I haven't even spent 20 seconds. Possess, I didn't mean to attack that guy, but oh well. As you can see, just heavy attacking, the area of effect is enough to hit them and even knock them out. So with Puppeteer and with Necromancer, more with Puppeteer though. So I should say with Puppeteer, you pretty much want to be doing exclusive heavy attacks. Not against them, against the book. I messed up there. And after 3 heavy attacks, blow up, unpossess, move on. You do not want to wait for that cooldown after 3 attacks. It's just not worth it. And as soon as you get stunned, you want to also blow up, unpossess, move on. So that wasn't too hard. These were those stats. I don't think they were doing that well. They had 2 supports. Okay, so another Puppeteer game. Let's see, they've got 2 warriors, double barrel, healer. So pretty decent comp. I have 1 trap set up. And I think I just resummoned another elite trap by mistake. I think I thought that the trap I had set was a basic. So same idea. Basic summon, immediately go after the book. They're all up. That one died pretty quick. grab another one before I use another portal. I have boss up, which I'm gonna use when I don't have anything else around. That is, I think, the best way to use boss. Am I doing it here? I am. Yeah, there wasn't really much around. Immediately use first ability, move a little bit so that that heavy attack or whatever attack they were going to do is going to miss. Come in with heavy attacks, because I think that's the best way to go about it. I feel like if you do light attacks, you just die much faster, whereas heavy attacks do a lot of damage, and it does hit everybody. So, summon an elite when it's off cooldown, because you only have one charge of that, you might as well use it. And as you can see, the book is already more than halfway dead, and I have more than half the time left. So I'm already on a good path to winning by killing the book. Good stun there. I only got to use one heavy attack, but you just rinse and repeat. There is going to be a moment where there's some cooldown. And that's okay as long as you make the initial 1 minute count. I made the initial 1 minute count, right? So all these, the time I have to wait right now is, you know, acceptable. Like, I can't expect to have an unlimited amount of units. So they handle everything well. They have some time to breathe. But I did so much damage in that first minute and some change that they've already lost effectively because they weren't able to defend the beginning well enough. So I didn't mean to possess that. I just used the ability and unpossess it immediately. No point in wasting time on it because all our abilities are for basic units. The elites are going to hit so weak. And they were really close at actually defending here, but had about another 10 seconds of spear. I could have probably possessed one more thing and hit a couple more times. Plus I did make some mistakes there. So they were pretty close, but stick to the idea and don't make too many mistakes, and you pretty much just can't lose unless they use cars. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So here, this might look like a similar clip from earlier because it's the same exact Dark One's location and I'm at my same spot, same strategy. It works really well, except here I mess up and I summoned that elite and didn't realize I was 7 short. So I summoned this boss late, much later than I would have liked to, but same idea. Notice I didn't use any of my skills because after I use 3 attacks you can cancel it, but I messed up here and I was supposed to do 4 more light attacks. But the idea is you can animation cancel with your second skill, the one that reses them. After you do like 4 light attacks, you can use that and then do more light attacks. But yeah, you want to use the res and the summon usually together, but you know, have fun with it, mix it up, see what works for you guys. But same idea, you can see how much damage already is done and I'm not even dead yet. Granted, 2 of them died pretty early. So I think this is one where I actually end up just killing all of them without even meaning to. And that's another really good thing about just going for the book, because you're never going to kill all the survivors if you try to kill them. You have to go for the book. So that's what that game looked like. I think I've got one more where I kill everybody. Yeah, so here I realized I forgot to start recording until the 2-minute mark. So I have the flautist set up in a house nearby, so I am getting flautist. Here you see I used the animation cancel, but not properly again. But this is the idea. It's best to use heavy attacks. Here also someone DC'd, so you can take this one with a little bit of a grain of salt, but the idea is basically the same. And you'll see like how much of a difference it is, right? If someone's dead, right, you can consider that disconnected, someone dying. You need all 4 people, otherwise you just don't have enough damage. So, I mean, I'm gonna win this one with like a lot of time left over, obviously. Heavy attack, second ability, light attack, heavy attack, first ability. All of that without stopping. 3 attacks, second ability, 3 attacks, first ability. Or you can reverse those abilities. And it's tons of damage. So that's that game. And this is a Puppeteer Ending. So I got my 2 traps set up. I'm getting ready for the last part. So same idea, I'm already hitting it. That's my 3rd. I got hit. Blow up, get out. Summon my elite maybe? No, I just possess because something was nearby, so that's fine also. Use whatever's there. They're handling it okay. Summon the elite far away, summon the basic close by so that you can immediately start heavy attacking. I get 1 heavy attack out and then they stun me, so that's good on them. Nothing nearby, I'm probably spamming possess, but I couldn't find anything. Usually you would get 1 heavy attack, as I've been doing for most of this so far, against a good team. Sometimes you might not even get 1, but usually you can get 1. You don't want to waste too much time running around. Here I guess I try out a couple of lights into a heavy. That did huge damage. Almost 2 people dead. We're not even halfway through the timer and the book is more than halfway dead, and I got 1 dead, so that's huge. At the very high level, you need all 4 survivors. If you have 3, you're just not going to win, and the demon can just break the book. So people play like 2 healers and stuff like that, but honestly, you just need to be able to not take a lot of damage and just kill things before you take damage, and use your dodge effectively. Because you need damage. So you can't play comps with 2 healers or ones with like 2 leaders. I feel like it's even too weak. You definitely need hunters and warriors. So pretty straightforward there. If you get a knock, it's going to be very easy, but the idea is the same. You set up your traps, hit the book ASAP. That's how that game looked. Okay, so I think I kill them all here. Here's a great spot for Flautist when it's on this side. I think I actually get lost here a little bit. Let's see me struggle. I thought I could jump out that window, but I can't. Ran around in a circle and then decided, let me just go back. So, yeah, Necromancer, without a doubt, hits harder with Flautist. And some spots just make impossible to kill Flautist. They're not going to kill that Flautist. It's just impossible for them to kill that Flautist without sacrificing all the time it takes. Without sacrificing a whole bunch of time that I'm going to use to break the book, right? They have no time to go kill the Flautist. Wow, they're melting me here. Okay, so I really don't get to do too much with boss. Don't get any kills. 10 seconds only. Same idea though. Heavy, light, light, second ability. With the Necro basics, I kind of mix up the lights and the heavies based on if I feel like I'm taking damage or not. If they're responding quickly, I'll probably just do some lights. Or maybe the first one is a heavy because it just has such good AoE and range as well, I guess. You can use your second ability into your first ability, it cancels out nicely. Here they made too many mistakes and they got too close, they weren't healed well enough and they took damage that wasn't even aimed for them. What am I doing here? I'm leaving for, oh, Flautist probably. Yeah, so it's 55 meters I think. The range, very close by Flautist, but Flautist is so powerful that even if it's that close by, they have to put someone to address it, and that's one less body defending, which is huge. So here, you know, I have a lot of time to spare. They lost this game. I don't need to chase them. I can just break the book. Another really good chain there. Tons of damage. Obviously, they don't have much to defend, so that one was pretty simple. But that's pretty much how you do it. I think this is the last clip. So here I am just waiting for them to get to the last phase. I have a lot of traps set up, and I determined that here is gonna be the great Flautist position for this book. So I'm just kind of waiting for them to break it. They probably are, you know, don't have high guards right now because they think I'm AFK or something, but then you just come in. I mess up here because I used my energy when I was supposed to boss. So a little mess up. That's what dash is there for. Lautus is still out. I couldn't find the book for a second. Heavy attacks because that has great AoE into that ability, into both abilities. And because your res just reses them even while you're dead. Three attacks in a second ability. If you get stunned, get out. 30 seconds, these guys are doing pretty well. You don't want to possess elites when you're doing this build. When I do it, it's a mistake. Although that was a big swing and it did get a kill, so that was good. Also, obviously, if there's nothing to possess, then possess an elite. Better than nothing. I've got some cooldown time, possess whatever's nearby. These guys already lost, essentially. If you get anybody dead, you're pretty much going to lose against the demon that's going to go for book. As I think I've already said, but yeah. I think I kill all of them here without even trying. Good almost full 6-7-ish string there. I think I just placed a close flautist. You don't need the second one to be too far because time matters a little bit more here. And probably a heavy attack is going to kill this guy. Yeah. So, pretty good. That's how that game looked. And finally, a survivor game. So, I get here, immediately start hacking it. If you keep running in one direction, you're going to get hit by the dark ones. Oh, and also this is the build I use for Scotty. Best build for Scotty in my opinion right now. So, yeah, you come here, you kind of stay, you don't need to circle it too much. But you just want to dodge the things that they're throwing, obviously. And you want everybody to roll up in a car, preferably at least 2 cars. 3 is ideal. I mean, ideal is as much as you can get, but at least 2. So here I leave to get another car because I noticed we only had 1. And nobody else is going to get another car because people aren't doing this enough because whatever reason, they don't know how powerful it is or whatever. So here's what you need to do as Survivor to counter all the things you just saw. So here I'm about to go for a 3rd car and I realize, it's 2 minutes. I don't want to play too much. I don't know how good this demon is. He might break the book. So let me stay nearby. I'll just do with 2 cars. So this is what you do. You set up a little triangle. A little funnel. I was trying not to damage the car. So I was trying to be careful not to hit too many things there. If the card gets damaged, it will disappear. So you don't want to get it damaged. And then, once you have this little funnel set up, evil units can only attack the book from one direction, which is huge, and people aren't doing this enough. And here I'm adjusting my little wall off a little better, and look at this. 2 cars takes all of 10 seconds, and I did this by myself. Usually, you want somebody that's not doing a lot of damage, so that, you know, you're not missing out on too much damage in a fight. I mean, technically, you want all your partners to roll up in a car and have, like I said, at least 2 cars. And before the book is closed, you want to be ready to get to these cars, and as soon as it's book phase, set them up. The more cars, the better. And this just makes it so hard for demons to win the game. In all my games I've played, I literally have not played any survivors that are using cars properly. Here, I don't use them properly, but this guy sucks so much that it's not necessary. As you can see, the book's barely been damaged. But against the very good demons, you need to use cars, and it sucks, and I wish that they would just find a way to make it so that you don't need cars. I feel like you do need them right now, otherwise you kind of need a little luck slash everybody needs to be perfect and not make any mistakes. But I think if both sides are not making any mistakes, demon wins. Unless you use cars, and then Survivor can't lose. So please, survivors, I would like to have a little bit more challenging meta, so I'm gonna need you guys to
I
start
get it.
using cars more often. Um, last 2 minutes, yeah. So I just put that together so I can talk over it. And yeah, so that's how you play Survivor. You need some cars. Scotty's amazing. All the warriors are amazing. All the hunters are amazing, but you run the risk of getting possessed and wiping out your whole team. So understand that when you're playing hunters, that your number one way to lose is by them getting possessed. So treat that with, you know, give that a lot of respect over people dying from possessed units or anything, or even the book getting killed, something like that. Watch out for your hunters getting possessed. But yeah, this is how you play the last 2 minutes. As Warlord, I didn't include anything because Warlord technically will lose no matter how good you are against good survivors. Um, Puppeteer is very good. Necromancer is very good. I think Necromancer, not I think, Necromancer without a doubt is stronger than Puppeteer with Flautist. Without it, it's up for debate, I think. Um, Puppeteer basic units heavy attack hits twice and just does more damage than the Necro basics without Flautist. So, you know, situational depending on how great Flautist can be. But yeah, hopefully this helps all the demons destroy the book. It's very tense. I get it. It's a very sweaty 2 minutes, and you probably end up doing a lot of things wrong, like throwing out all your portals at the same time or something like that. But here was a lot of examples how to play it. So good luck, demons, and yep, we'll see how they balance the game in the next patch.